Indigo, just so you know, I am not as grateful. I was not as grateful on Wednesday as I am today.
Because
This is my holiday today. I have named the first Sunday after the Thursday that won't be named as Relief and Most Thanks Day.
most thanks.
Yes, I always give the most thanks when I get to this day. You know, any day that's the day after turkey taking.
You mean Thanksgiving?
Easy for you to say. Seems wrong. I have to go through so much stress just because of a myth
Wait, myth?
about the first Thanksgiving, about them eating, certain dishes and the goodwill. Maybe it should all just be called Resentment Day.
Well, there really was gratitude and thanks involved, just not the familiar story. You see, President George Washington called for a National Day of Thanksgiving to celebrate victories in war. And President Lincoln did the same thing to bring people together when they were really angry at each other. You are right, though, about the story about perfect friendship among the first settlers and the people who had lived on the land for generations.
Why?
Well, it is a bit of a story.
Oh, that's good. I haven't heard a story in a long while.
You have been a little scarce, Turkey.
You blame me this time of year?
Not at all. Well, here is a short version of the story. We had this National Day of Thanksgiving, which was called after a time when things had been very hard, and then they were better, and people wanted to thank their God. And then after another time of war, this time amongst ourselves, we had another day of Thanksgiving. It was less than 100 years ago that it was made a national holiday.
You mean it hasn't been 400 years?
Nope. It was about 200 years ago when people were coming here from other countries looking for the jobs they couldn't get in their own country, and people started telling the story of the Pilgrims and the Indians. It was told to explain it to the new people that they needed to fit in and do what others were doing and not make trouble.
You mean no one ever shared a meal, like where certain dishes were prepared?
Well, they probably shared many meals because the people who were here, the Wampanoag, taught the people from across the ocean about the plants and the seeds and, the meats found here. They kept the people from starving, and certain foods are abundant in this land.
Careful who you refer to as a food. So you are saying that those people who didn't starve told other people who came after them this story, kind of to let them know the pecking order, as we say in Turkey community?
Yes, it was a time kind of like this one when people were coming here from all over the world.
You mean that some of the people made up the story?
Well, let's just say they added to it. And it changed, just like this holiday has changed over time.
I wish the menu could change a little more.
Oh, so sorry, Turkey. Well, maybe your new holiday, Most Thanks Day, can help with that. Hey, did you know that today is the first day of Hanukkah? This is when the Jewish people celebrate how a small amount of oil burned night after night when they needed it to, when they were facing hardship.
So they were grateful too.
Yes. And so were the early Christians who named this Sunday the first Sunday of Advent. They wanted to prepare to celebrate Christmas.
Wow, this is Most Thanks Day. Did they decorate early too?
Oh, no, not exactly. It was more about thinking and feeling hopeful and concentrating on the message of Christmas.
Is that something you can get overnight on Amazon? Or is it delayed because of the supply chain issues?
Hey, I think you're missing the point here.
Well, perhaps it sounds to me that I was right to begin with. Today is Most Thanks Day.
Yes, I guess it is. And now I would like to mention that we do have a food barrel that we have on campus here. It is on the upper patio, and it will be accepting donations from now
Till the end of the week.
till the end of the week. And our children are going to join me in decorating it during the service.